How's it going, guys? My name is Zach with the Movie Castle, and today we're going to be taking a look at Big Trouble in Little China, the comic book. This one is Volume 2, and it's titled The Return of Lopan and How Jack Burton became King of the Lords of Death. This is once again by Boom Studios there, and this is, like I said, Volume 2, so in order to talk about the story, I'll need to be talking about things that happen in Volume 1, so spoilers for both the movie and Volume 1, and if you haven't checked those things out, I definitely recommend both of them. You get Lopan on the back cover, and the first one said Jack is back on the back, now it says Lopan is back. And we open it up again, and I'll once again give you guys a look at the credits page because, you know, credit where credit is due. Big Trouble in Little China, the continuing adventures of Jack Burton and the Pork Chop Express. You see that once again, John Carpenter himself has a story credit for this, so you can see that they've given him input as to what happens in this book. Story by Eric Powell as well. He's the one who did all the actual writing, the dialogue and stuff, and Brian Churilla is still the artist. So we open up with this book, and at the end of the last book, Lopan mentioned that he was in the hell of those killed by idiots, which is fun, but they give us a little bit of a prequel. You see the hell of the... Whoa, don't drop the book, Zach. You see the hell of the oily dragon, the hell of the horny dragon, the hell of those hung up by their thumbs and eaten from the toes by flesh-eating slugs, and the hell of razor blades and fire. Sheesh. But then you get all the people who are killed by idiots, and there's Lopan there at the end. But yeah, Lopan comes back, and we find out a few things about him. He's back, but he's a ghost, so it's only his soul that's back, and to be fully back as a human, he needs to do two things. One, he needs to get Miao Yin, the lady he was trying to marry in the original movie, but he also needs to, in order to appease the gods he serves, take revenge on the person who killed him. So he needs to kill Jack Burton as well. So in classic martial arts fashion, they disappear in a smoke screen in order to get out of there. And I'm not going to cover the whole story. I'm just doing a little bit of a plot synopsis. But anyway, also, Pete, with his old owner back, reverts back to being controlled by Lopan there. So Pete's no longer on their side, unfortunately. And the two split off in two different directions. Jack Burton and Wang go off in his truck, and Wang is disguised as Miao Yin, hoping that the villains will think that she's out of the city and keep her safe. Now, this is a really fun story because it puts Wang into Jack's world, and we're all used to Jack being the one out of place, but now it's Wang. And just a fun fact, you see that guy's tattoo there? That's a Snake Plissken's tattoo. But yeah, you get to see them in the truck going through the American back roads, and the other half of the story, you get Miao Yin there on the midnight road with Egg, trying to track down some useful stuff there. So it's good to see her again. They made her a little more aggressive than she normally is, but it's really cool to see this character, and I found that, you know, it was pretty much just Jack, Egg, and Pete in the first one. To get Wang and Miao Yin there, two characters that I wished had more screen time in the first one, and here, by splitting up the story, they're able to give 2 more characters more time, and I really like that. You get her beating up these fish people in this scene somewhere on the Midnight Road. You do get to see with this volume the world becoming bigger. The first one was really straight, streamlined with this one story, and it seemed like it'd just be like a normal sequel type deal. But here you see it starting to become from a sequel to a series, more characters, more ideas, and more elements that are original to this. You do get some things like Jack is gonna take this shortcut, and no one really wants him to, because there's this legend of a strange alien there, an alien that's got an eyeball face and a cowboy hat, and there are things like this that kind of don't really go anywhere, or at least don't play too terribly big a part in the story. So there is a little bit of a rambling element, but it does provide cool world building and show that the world is big and crazy, even if we're not necessarily going to spend too much time with this. But anyway, it's cool. It makes the world bigger. And there are a few things, and I'm trying to find it. I think, yeah, there it is. The eyeball creature from the original movie is back in this one. I really love the eyeball creature. He was so fun. And also, with Lopan being back, I feel Lopan is a little wackier than he was in the movie, but this whole book is definitely a more comedic tone, so that's forgiven. It is a little bit of a change, but whatever. But yeah, it's good to see Jack back and Lopan back, and they have their rivalry. And again, I don't spoil the ending of the book. I should give you guys a basic plot synopsis, and I show you guys some artwork from the beginning. But without spoiling the end, it really does set some cool things up. I've already read Volume 3, so I'll get to doing that review pretty soon. But it sets a bunch of cool stuff up for Volume 3. But overall, this is the book where you see it not just becoming a sequel, but becoming a series. And it's really fun. Like I said earlier, more of a rambling adventure that builds up to further volumes than just a straight sequel. But to get to see more characters and a bigger story with more different stuff going into it, and plus the idea where they make Jack the one that knows what's going on. You get Wang coming into Jack's world, and you get some fun scenes where he's fighting like a motorbike gang towards the end there. That was pretty cool. But yeah, he's fighting the motorbike gang. But yeah, it's a fun volume. It continues the story. Now, if you had problems with the first volume, because like I said, the artwork's a little cartoony on the inside, and this is a sillier take on Big Trouble in Little China, a cartoony take on Big Trouble in Little China, it keeps the tone consistent. So if you didn't like the first one, this is more of the same. But if you like the first one, this is delving deeper into the world. So if you like the first one, we're going further in, and it's fun to see more of it. So that's Big Trouble in Little China Volume 2, and coming up sometime soon, I'll get to Volume 3. But anyway, yeah, definitely like the last one, though. It ends on a cliffhanger, so I think they have like an omnibus of some type that has the first 3 volumes. And if you're into this, you know, definitely check that out, because then you can just dive right in and go straight to, because I read 2 and 3 pretty much back to back. But anyway, to everyone who's watched this far, thank you for watching. To everyone who's liked and subscribed, thank you. You really do help out the channel. I do a comic book every week on this channel, so stick around. Next time I'll have more stuff. And that being said, I do primarily horror movies on here, so if you're interested in that, I definitely recommend checking that out. And anyway, have a good day. I'll see you guys again very, very soon.